Does thus eyes deceive thy vision before that? What is going on with this? Do you see this? Post-debate poll finds DeSantis won the fourth GOP primary debate. I know this is coming from Daily Wire, and I know they live up the butt of DeSantis, which is fine. You know, we all have our man, and some have our ladies that are filled with ammo-filled high heels. But this poll, Washington Post finds that DeSantis won. And I think this is the funniest part, is like, those who watched the NewsNation debate in Alabama, 30% said that DeSantis performed the best. And 23% said Haley. Okay, and that's where I'm like, this poll is bullcrap. Like, and 19% says Christie. Like, I'm not even going to read Vivek with the 16%, which is totally crazy and insane. But Haley, 23%, that was her worst debate yet. I mean, she looked weak. She let Chris Christie speak up for her. I thought you were an all-powerful woman, and yet you let this big guy talk. Let me say something. Haley is a stand-up woman. Okay, you don't need to like worry about that. But I think this just shows, you know, and I know DeSantis has a lot of campaign funds that are being pushed to Daily Wire. Like, even, you know, as a reminder, be worried who you listen to. Many. And when I say many, I would say probably majority of commentators online have some kind of campaign funds being funneled to them. Like, I was just, the other day, I was looking at a Steve Deese post. He's a commentator on The Wire. The Blaze. And then he goes, I'm publicly endorsing Ron DeSantis. And then underneath it says, paid by Ron DeSantis. It's like this is not a huge W to publicly endorse somebody who's paying you to endorse them. Like, I know that maybe the chicken before the egg, whatever happened. But I think this is even more telling, too, is like, who won the fourth presidential debate? And this is MSNBC, right? So you know they're going to hate Vivek because he's competent. He has good arguments, whether he looks petulant or a car salesman to the boomer. But and it says a win. The MSNBC says that Governor Chris Christie won the debate. Okay, are you high? I told you these people are trying to bring about civility as a response of like, okay, Chris Christie, do you know when he took the stage and he started talking, he really brought everyone to ground level. He slowed it down, and there was times that I thought maybe he was having some heart problems because he was really slowing it down at some point. But it's just amazing because look at the loss, Vivek. So MSNBC and Washington Post and people in Alabama apparently all agree that Vivek lost the debate. What? What? Vivek is the most competent master debater on stage. The dude controls the stage. The dude controls the conversation. And anytime he talks, it's like a boom. A big boom in a powerful voice. Ron DeSantis, right? I try to be as impartial. I'm not the kind of guy that is going to tell you, like, I'm not going to pick somebody and then no matter what they do, I'm going to just fully back them. That is not me. I would never be that way. And so I will always try to be as objective as I possibly can because I want to get down to the issues. I want a candidate that's actually going to make a difference. I don't want to just pick a guy because he has good thoughts and be like, he's going to do great in the White House, and then he gets in there and just gets shellacked by the media and then just pithers away and does nothing. I need a guy that's going to go to battle. I need a guy who's not afraid to say the quiet part out loud. And Vivek clearly showed that with that debate the other night, especially when he started talking about January 6th. Whether you believe him or not or agree with him or not, it's refreshing to have a candidate, particularly on the Republican side, who isn't a big puss. who isn't afraid to mix it up, say what he truly believes, and throw it out there. I'll never forget with at the first debate when they said, "Would you back Donald Trump if he was the nominee?" And DeSantis was the last one to slowly put up his hands. I'm like, that is so telling. Just put your hands up or put it down. I don't care. I know you don't like Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, so just don't like him. So quit listening to people. Anytime he talks, lately, since his California versus Florida debate with Gavin Newsom, he's looked a lot better. And I think it's also just so silly that we're focusing on so much on Iowan polls as if Iowans are the entire voice of America. Who do you think won the debate? I genuinely think it was still Vivek. It's even that wasn't even his best debate, yet he continues to be the strongest Republican debater on stage. And he continues to speak up. I mean, the biggest thing for me was watching Vivek take that chance with Nikki Haley and Chris Christie saying, name regions in Ukraine. That could have been an ender for his campaign. And I think it ended Nikki Haley. And because she said a few of them, and I couldn't really hear all of them. And I heard Vivek go, that's actually wrong. And then they just hushed it and pushed it along because the corporate media, obviously, God, we're about to have, if the corporate media continues to have power, we will have Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley being at the next debate. And like I said, I had Republicans in my chat saying, do you think Vivek has a chance? Or do you like Vivek? And I said, yeah, I really like Vivek, but I do not. And I repeat, I do not think the GOP or corporate media is going to allow Vivek to run and be the nominee. Somebody with a voice like that resonates with Americans whenever he speaks, will be hushed and shunned like the Democrats did to Bernie Sanders. Whether you agree with Bernie Sanders or not, what the Democrats did to Bernie Sanders is absolutely insane. They will do the same exact thing to Vivek. This is a uni party, and welcome to America. You have a choice in voting.